Hello. I've got it. Right, show on stream. Right, how are we looking now? Fingers crossed. This is working.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, that's working.
Oh,
we're there. We're there.
But is everybody else here? Have you kicked them all away?
No. I think we're all here. Can everybody hear us?
Right. If we can just get some confirmation, can everyone hear us? Are we okay to go? Are we okay to talk?
Now,
is everyone still here?
Yes,
I can hear
us.
I can hear you now. Right, perfect. Awesome. So,
sorry.
Yes, we'll try that again, Tree. So, hello, everybody. Welcome back to our third Talking Ship Live. The year is flying by. The nights are drawn out now. It's been lovely and sunny here in Pembrokeshire today. It's been awesome. I don't know what Gavin's done now. We've got the news. Anyway, I could do the news if you want me to do the news, but it won't be about... anyway, so yeah, welcome everybody. I can see there's a couple of you in the chat and just want to apologise for the whole technical stuff that's been going on.
We're not having much luck with these, are we?
You tested this before we even kicked off.
Yeah, we're not having much luck. So hopefully you can hear us right, because we've had to unplug the normal microphone, so we're using a different one again. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? I think see a lot of people in the chat with us, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah, just hope the sound is good.
Hopefully it is. Let's have a look at people can hear us anyway,
because we're behind now the chat, so it moves along. So it's saying I can't.
Yeah, we can hear us. All good. So before we start with some questions, and obviously the big announcement of our next upcoming
which we're not going to do straight away.
No. Well, a good thing we didn't do it straight away, because nobody heard us.
Nobody would have heard us. If I'd have gone, how are we going on this? You'd have all been going, where are they going? No, that would have been quite fun, actually.
Quite funny, wouldn't it?
You'd have had to put more of those hideous pictures up that no one can guess, that are all like blobs and squares.
Right. So before we start off, we've got some questions in from our patrons, so we always ask them if they've got any questions beforehand. So we've got 3 questions tonight. So Luke doesn't get to see these. I kind of pop them in, and then he's got to answer them.
Yeah, why do you do this to me? Why do I have to get put on the spot?
It's not fair, is it? But hey,
no.
Right. So the first question we've got is: we're on Sky Princess in 4 weeks. What are the differences between Princess and P&O?
Not a lot, really. It's just one's more. P&O is obviously more British tailored.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Princess though. Princess is good. Staff are probably, dare I say, slightly friendlier.
Yeah, I find service and quality is a bit better on Princess.
Staff on Princess are more talkative.
Yeah.
But I think it's because P&O don't want their staff to be that talkative, if I'm honest. It's just being British. But the American aspect, they're a lot more outgoing. The ship's lovely. Really do enjoy Sky a lot.
The ships are a bit more blingy, aren't they?
They're a bit more blingy. Regards like food and stuff, it's exceptional. It's good.
Yeah, very good food.
I think it's better than P&O. In fairness, well, the last time we were saying this the other day, it's actually now been probably about 3 years ago since we've been on a Princess ship. Well, other than our visit we did on Sen, we haven't actually been on a Princess ship for 3 years. So we're long overdue a Princess cruise again, because we want to keep up to date with everything, because things change all the time in cruising. I do believe there's a new restaurant on Sky now. Is it called Catch by Rudy?
Yes.
Because it used to be La Soulame, the French one. That was nice, but La Soulame probably worth a go. It's all for like fish, isn't it?
The one big difference you'll find between P&O and Princess is technology.
Yes.
So the Ocean Medallion on Princess is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, P&O haven't got technology in that sense. They've got that website app thing they've got, but Princess is pretty good on
You've got medallions. You can order food. It gets delivered to you wherever you're sunbathing. It's just fantastic.
No, I'm sure you'll have a brilliant time on there.
Yeah, it'll be really, really good.
And kind of segue into the next question. What are the specialty restaurants like?
So that goes straight on. So specialty then, we've got, so as we said, we've got Catch by Rudy, which is new, which is in the top of the level of the Grand Piazza.
You've got Sabatini's.
You've got Sabatini's, which is like the Italian-y kind of pastry kind of thing, isn't it? Then you've got Crown Grill, which is lovely. That's the steakhouse, and if you don't get a chance to try anything, that is the one I would say.
That's the one I'd go for.
Alfredo's is the pizzeria.
Yeah.
You get 2. It didn't used to be speciality, did it? But now it sort of is, because they only let you go twice. And if you is that through the packager? I'm not sure. This is what I mean. They've changed things, but Alfredo's is good. But in general, the food around the ship is fantastic.
Really good.
Our favourite definitely has to be, I'd say, Crown Grill. It is really, really good.
I can see Kengo's Cruising. It says the drinks choice on Princess is much better as well.
And the cocktails are they're a lot more elevated. Yeah. And the thing is, drinks such as good spirits are something else we really do enjoy. Is good spirits. They're included. and they're really good. Yeah, they're fantastic.
But anyway, we are long overdue with Princess Cruise. So it's
maybe this year. You never know.
Yeah. And then a final question, again rated to Princess.
Oh God, it's heavy on the Princess front tonight.
I don't think. Well, it doesn't actually say that it's Princess, does it? But this is from Claire. So they're off on a cruise and dressed to impress night. Do the Scottish followers out there
they do
take kilts?
There's a lot. We've seen it quite a lot. I quite often see kilts on a cruise. I think even on our last Marella cruise, where the dress to impress night isn't even as formal as, say, P&O. Like P&O and all, you dress in a tux. Even Cunard is in a tux on that particular night. You didn't have to do that on Marella. You could just do, as I called it, Cunard Cash, which was just an open blazer. But I did see men going around with kilts. I did see people wearing tuxedos. I think that's the thing. Cruising's now getting to a point where you can dress as you choose. Wear what you feel most comfortable in. If something doesn't appeal to you, it's getting to that point where it's no longer becoming as enforced as it used to be. I mean, God knows how long even the tuxedos will stay for, to be honest.
There is something nice.
I personally like it, yes, but I can see now in the next couple of years or so, we might see these things like fizzling out because, tuxes and all the suits, they weigh. And with all these fly cruises and things, and with them trying to cut down costs and the what you call pollution, being green, all this is extra weight and stuff, which they can simply just. The screen's gone blue. What's happened? I was waiting for a Princess logo to come up then because it went all blue and we're talking about Princess. I thought you'd done something.
No, I didn't do anything. Just got to check now. We're still working. Yeah, we're still going.
So, that's what I'd say. But kilts are worn.
Yeah, and if anybody's in the chat, let us know if you take your kilts with you and wear them on the cruise.
Yeah.
Just looking at that. So if I go back to the chat. So we're just popping into the chat now. So if you have got any questions, make sure you pop them in the chat and start it off with a question.
Because we can see it straight away. You're going back to the start now. This is even before the clock started. You've got people saying they can't hear us.
We did have, I think we had a couple of questions in here earlier on.
Did we?
Yeah, so we're just having a quick look.
Someone's going to the Caribbean.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that would be nice. Harvey is a lovely ship, isn't it? We've had quite a lot of people commenting on our Harvey videos lately. So, but then she's about to do her transatlantic, isn't she, to return from the Caribbean, which will be really, really good. We've always said we wanted to do one of those repositioning cruises because they are exceptionally good value for money, and it's fantastic. I would definitely do it, but I've always wanted to do Queen Marie 2 first. So until I do that, I can't do a transatlantic on any other ship because I promised myself that would be Queen Mary will be the first.
Amongst a big family of 6 watching us at the moment. Right, we've got a question.
No
here.
Pressure there.
No pressure.
I don't like to see the numbers. I just pretend I'm talking to like on a Zoom or something.
So this is a question from Travels Lizzie Lou. She's one of the moderators as well. Is the premium drinks package worth it on Celebrity? I'm on Apex Zoom.
Hard. It is a hard one because we found it fine.
As in standard package.
Like in standard package, we found fine. We had red wine. There were cocktails on there. There was quite a few. I think once or twice we may have said, "Oh, bugger it, we'll just buy one that's not in the package and just pay the extra." Yeah. But we didn't feel the need to upgrade. We were told before going on the cruise, we had a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're really going to need to elevate your drinks package if you've got the classic."
If you're going to drink a lot of martinis in the martini bar and stuff like that, then maybe you would want to.
If you're drinking red wine and
beers and stuff
and a basic sort of cocktail, that would be totally fine.
Yeah, I don't think we bought more than like 2 or 3 drinks on that one, to be honest.
Because there's that bar, I can't remember what the bar's called now. The one where you've got the one at the top. I can't remember what it's called.
Sunset.
No. In the middle bit, the piazza, where they do the central. They got the central bar, and then at the top where you had was it Raw on 5? I want to say there was a bar around just on the side, and if you stood at the end, you could look into the central. I can't think what it's called.
It's quite a small, intimate bar.
Yeah, and it's like, and I can't remember what it's called now, but that's where they tend to do the more premium cocktails, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, so yeah, you don't. I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest.
No.
Just be careful if you're not on it, and you ask for certain drinks, you might end up getting something on the premium. So it happened to us with the water, didn't it? We asked for a bottle of water. Remember, they charged us $10 for a bottle of water.
To be fair, though, we walked on board. We just boarded the ship, went to the first bar we saw, asked for a bottle of water. the guy gave us a bottle of water and charged us for it. And then I said, "Oh, is water? I've got a drinks package." He said, "Oh no, that one's in the package. If you went for this," I said, "Well, I don't know that." And he said, "It's okay, don't worry, you've just bought it." And he did wipe it for us, which was nice of him to do. But
so yeah, keep an eye.
Keep an eye.
And see somebody saying only one killed. Somebody said they killed one night. They spent all night answering questions. Yeah. Okay. Just looking through another question here.
Should we never cruise on again?
Cruise line or ship?
No, none of them have ever been that
No.
bad. I mean, Virtuosa, it was more of a shock when we went on the not the group cruise, the one after before that. We went on here I say pre-pandemic. It was just after the pandemic. There was restricted amount of passengers on board the ship. It was lovely. There was a huge change on that next one we saw, which was in the September. But I'd say a lot of the fault wasn't on MSC actually. It was the other passengers on the ship, and at the time. It was frustrating because they wouldn't follow the rules. They were constantly, these people weren't wearing masks. They were just pushing. There was no respect for the staff. Staff couldn't really even enforce it. And yeah, I mean, we were under pressure because we were going on a cruise 2 weeks later. So, you know yourself, if you catch COVID on that cruise, it's going to ruin your next one. I mean, we shouldn't have really put cruises as close together as we did, but we did. And that was, I'd say, stressful. We were glad to get off that cruise. That's the first time I don't say I was glad to get off, but
we still went back on it twice after that.
And we even booked a group cruise on it. And I honestly, we were actually thinking of going back on MSC. The other day I was looking at it, and I think sometimes it's very difficult to say because I know I sound like a stuck record. I repeat myself so many times, but there really is a cruise line and a cruise ship for everybody's mood. And different days, you fancy a different ship. Different occasions, it can completely change. So this is why we can't book cruises too far in advance because they're always different. But I can't say there's a ship we wouldn't go on again, would you? I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Oceania. It wasn't the worst.
This is P&O
Oceania, not Oceania, the cruise line. Oceania. But there was nothing wrong with the ship. It was tidy, it was clean, it was comfortable.
There isn't anything.
It felt back to the front. I didn't really, even though I like Aurora, I wasn't as keen on Oriana. And we weren't surprised when Oriana and Oceania left the fleet. I'll be honest. I really, I can't say any of the others. I can't say there's been a ship I've gone, oh no, I'm never going on that again.
Is there one you wouldn't go on again?
Yeah, let us know. Anyone in the let us all know that the ship.
Yeah, you'd never go on again.
Yeah.
How are the celebrity shows?
Oh God, I'm really trying to think.
This is going back 2 years now, isn't it?
From what I remember, it's very arty. It's all very like I'm thinking. Well, I'm thinking like Eden, and I was thinking it's one of the.
Eden was very busy, wasn't it? If you wanted to see a show in Eden, you make sure you get there early.
I mean, most of the time we really don't do shows at all, and if we do go and see a show, it's usually because we just want to get some sort of an experience to share it with you. But I mean, we've seen some good stuff. I mean, there was one in Eden that was quite good. I will say that. What was the other one? I can't remember what the one was about. The ball in the middle of the stage. I can't remember now. I mean, it was a long time ago. But yeah, we don't really do shows.
But if you're on it, make sure you go and see the show in Eden.
Yeah. Well, what have you got to lose?
Exactly. Going to Bruges in May, can you recommend what's to see and do? And most importantly, a good bar.
Need to go on that canal tour we did. That was really fun.
Canal tour was well worth it.
And it wasn't expensive, was it? It was like 15
I want to say 15, 20 euros per adult.
Yeah. I mean, I have got recordings of it. I haven't made the videos yet. We went on it in December on Queen Victoria and I had a really good time. I recommend the bar that in the main square in the middle. There's a museum. I can't remember what it's called. Somebody in the chat will probably enlighten us and remind me. There's like a museum in there, isn't there? It's like a big tower, and you can go in through the archway and you go up the stairs, and it's got like some sort of what is it? It's like a beer, like a it's not a brewery, is it? No,
I don't think so.
But there's like this balcony, and you can drink your drinks on the balcony, and you can overlook the square, which I really like that.
Also, if you head down to the beer wall,
yes.
There's a little bar there as well with snacks and loads of different beers. The menus that you pull from the ceiling.
Yeah, when we went, it was really busy though. Like there was a queue going all the way down this alleyway, wasn't there? But
it didn't take too long, about 10 minutes. It wasn't too bad. They had it well organised. You chose your beer, shows your snacks paid, and then you went along, and then your beer was there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Bit like Costa or Starbucks, I guess.
And we didn't do the train this time. We went to Bruges. We did actually get an independent little shuttle bus, which you can do. Maybe it's worth trying to do that ahead if there's a group of you as well, because it becomes more reasonable. If there's a couple of you can split the cost between you, and it's a little bit more direct. If you can get like a mini taxi. Failing that though, the train does go. Is it almost every hour?
It depends on the time of year, I think.
Yeah, but if it's now, when are they going? They're going in a couple of weeks, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I mean, it should be going.
The Cruise Express is good though. Drinks package. It says it's P&O. Excuse me. You need one card per person per drink to order. So when we were on for our group cruise on Britannia, if I went to the bar to get a drink for me and Luke, I need to take both of their cards. You might get a waiter which recognises you and is happy, but always have the 6 cards on hand if you're going to take at least 6 of you.
Yeah.
Saint Lucia, the Pitons.
We actually did that through P&O.
That was Catamaran.
It was good. That was
you
good.
didn't get to see the Pitons as close as you hoped.
No, I did expect to get closer to them, and it kind of annoyed me because we went to this other bay before, and I thought, well, that I didn't even see. To be honest, I didn't even recall seeing that advertised.
Which Phil Swim, wasn't it?
No. The other one, they went somewhere. There was a a series on, I want to say ITV or something. I can't remember what it's called, and it was a filming location for that. So they decided that they'd go along the bay, the water, the sea, and they'd go in there to this cove, and then they came out, and then we went into another cove, and then we got off and did the swim in. Then we got back on the boat, and then we sort of went out, and we didn't go close to the Pitons. You just sort of can just see them, and I thought, I mean, it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was definitely one of the best excursions we've done, but I wish we'd have got closer, and I could have done without the swim stop, to be honest.
But we only chose that one because the other ones were fully booked.
Yeah,
because we were quite late booking on that one.
Yeah.
So if you can get one of the other hiking over, so you get better views and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
The sea was very bouncy there, very bouncy.
Somebody said they'd never go on MSC Lyrica again.
I can't say we've been on Lyrica.
We've been on Preziosa, which is the smallest and oldest MSC ship we've done.
Lyrica, why am I thinking of like Ambassador, the Ambition? Is it the same sort of class of ship or something? I'm not sure. But it's quite old, isn't it? Very small.
So some of the shows were the best, was every
Jerry wouldn't cruise with P&O Aurora again. A very unhappy crew and not up to par.
You do tend to find the bigger ships, they're just so overworked.
We got talking to staff before on another cruise ship in the fleet, a smaller cruise ship in the fleet, and they'd all worked on the bigger ship, and they couldn't wait for their contract to end to come back on to the smaller ship. And it wasn't because they were lazy, it was because they said there was too much going on, there was too much pressure, and they didn't have time to talk, especially the staff we were talking to, because they'd been with the company for years, and they said it had changed so much, and they used to have a rapport with the guests, be able to have a laugh, they'd know what you were drinking and all, they could joke with you and stuff, and that had all gone because it was just a matter of you're there to serve next person, please move.
They were too busy.
Are too big. They're ruining it, really. They need to, I don't know. They're making it cheaper, more affordable for everybody, but at the same time, they're watering down the experience. And some people are fed up with that. They would rather pay a little bit extra to get what they, you know what I'm saying, get as it used to be.
They're better service.
Yeah.
Have you ever bid for a cabin upgrade in P&O?
We've tried loads of times.
We're never lucky with these.
We are not lucky at all.
We want to.
I think the only time we've ever had a surprise was Princess.
Yeah,
but that wasn't a bid. That was just an upgrade. And what other ones we've had an we haven't really had an upgrade, have we? We've had friends who have had upgrades, like with the old school style when you used to just tick "I'm prepared to upgrade." But we did try bidding on to get into a yacht club on MSC Virtuosa. That didn't happen. The bid failed. Did we bid on? I want to say we bid on.
We bid on Victoria before Christmas.
This year we did, yes. Didn't win that one. But our friend Ben did.
Yeah. So what we tend to do is bid the minimum or just £5 above it. So that's probably why we're never winning, to be honest.
Yeah.
The way it works is you put your bid in. If they accept it, they'll upgrade your cabin. So it's what they consider an upgrade as well.
Yeah.
So if you're on a outside row or an inside, you're bidding for a balcony, check if it's a any balcony, because if it's on like something like P&O Avia or Iona, you could end up with one of the
the ones on the
deck
prom deck.
8, I want to say.
They'll upgrade you to a conservatory suite, and you think, oh my god, I've been upgraded to a suite, and it's on the prom deck.
Yeah.
I mean, different people, different things. Some people wouldn't mind it. I don't know if it would be the worst, I'll be honest. I don't think it's the most popular part of the prom deck, to be fair, because it goes quite narrow there, doesn't it, before it goes around the actual front of the ship. So it's not the most popular. It's like you're outside a bar or something, really, is it? Or the keys or anything. But
have a look. Depends how much it is, to be honest. We've done it when it's quite cheap.
We actually had a bit of a predicament. We were looking at a cruise last week or the week before, and one of the little things we had a little bit of fuss, because we were trying to work out if we'd booked, what was it we were trying to do? If we'd have booked obstructed balcony, we'd worked out this at the time, the fare we could go for meant we could actually pick the cabin. So we could pick the obstructed, and we knew where it was, and we were very, very crafty, and we spotted and did some digging and found that this particular balcony was classed as fully obstructed, but it was only half of it was obstructed by a lifeboat. And we thought, wow, if we go for this one, perfect. But then we're also thinking, but if we tick the upgrade box, we could get an even better one, which would be a different balcony again, which would be unobstructed. But we thought if we do that, the upgrade could actually just be, we'll move them from, because we picked all the way, I think it was aft, we'll shove them midship because that's an upgrade, and then we'd have had a whopping great big lifeboat right in front of us. So sometimes you do have to really think about these things.
The cruise lines tend to think lower down in the middle of the ship is an upgrade compared to a cabin which is either all the way aft or all the way forward. Sometimes it isn't always the case, especially if if you're taking time to choose your cabin, its location, and you're happy with it, best stick with it.
We've gone to do that a lot now. We just try and, because I've seen this a lot. You never used to get it so much. You used to be able to book a cruise. You'd have, like, if you had the cheaper fare, which is what we tend to usually do, you just allocated the cabins, guaranteed they call them. And we were happy with that for years. But the last couple of times we've done it, we're getting a bit fed up with these guaranteed, because we don't know what room we've got until the last minute. And in the when we were on Marella, we'll look at the room we had. It was a lovely room, but it's sandwiched between two bloody gangways, and it was annoying. I'd never do that again.
Talking of Marella, hope you're enjoying the vlogs, by the way.
We're on episode 4 now, which was the sea day, which we just been to the dining club. Sorry if he's getting confused, because I've just been I've done a voiceover for the next one, which was Madeira. So I'm hoping now that's just processing on my phone, and I've got to watch it for the volumes. That's happening. So patrons will hopefully have that
tonight or tomorrow morning.
Probably tomorrow by the time we upload it. And then I've also finished the next week's one, which is done, that's the one then to La Palma, where we did the hike. And then this week now I'm working on the last one of the series. So excuse us if we're all over the place. But yes, we hope you're enjoying it. Next week's, though, folks, the Madeira one that is coming, I think it's the best one of the series. It is just, I think Madeira out of all of the islands is my favourite.
A lot of people are looking forward to that one.
I hope so.
If you have watched them, thank you. And if you've commented on them or given them a like, we really appreciate that as well. That really helps. And if you know anybody who's going on a Marella cruise, share our videos with them.
Or if you're going shopping and you leave the dog at home, they don't want to watch. Leave the adverts run. You don't have to watch them.
Honey loves it.
Honey watches YouTube. YouTube does go off on a tangent. I've noticed that. It plays one person's video and it goes off into other realms.
Ours is currently...
Why is Elon Musk coming up on my screen now?
It's because the mouse is hovering over something. Don't worry about
it. Getting the news coming up.
At the moment, our YouTube's full of gardening stuff. We're starting to get into gardening.
It's that time of year. Yes.
Deborah's asking, any plans for the next group cruise? Not yet. We did have something planned, and we mixed up the dates. So.
We did. We completely screwed up. Yeah, we had a really good idea, and it messed up. It was the ship would have been perfect. Would have been a good idea. Wrong year.
Yeah.
And then we thought, we need something else to do. The dates then didn't work. Then we looked at something else. What was it? And the ship wasn't announced, what we were looking at for the time. And then it was announced. We thought, that ship's not. And didn't really fancy that ship, not for a group of people. We will look into it.
We're still looking. There are quite a few group cruises coming up with other vloggers at the moment as well, so we don't want to kind of clash with that.
And it's got, I don't want to be a horrible, selfish person. I like to give everyone, let them all have a go. And I know that a lot of people who go on our group cruises like to go on other group cruises, which is fine. So I'm now, I don't know whether we'll be looking, I don't know if we'll be looking at 2025 now this year.
It'll be 26.
It will be next year now, I think, because there's just so much going on. So yes, but we will do another one.
So
We definitely
keep following, and as soon as we announce it, you'll know.
Yes.
Somebody else said they wouldn't go on Iona.
Yeah, it's these big ships, though, isn't it? And again, I think it's because it's not as personal service, is it? They've taken that away.
If we had to choose between Marella and P&O, which would you go for? That's quite difficult. We've only done the one Marella, and it was brilliant. I'd probably instantly would say Marella again.
The thing I really liked about Marella was it was less formal. It felt more relaxed, and the bit I really enjoyed was that you could enjoy a drink without thinking about how many drinks you drank. The drinks package was so inclusive; it was just so freeing and it relaxed because you haven't got the pressure. I think I enjoyed it a lot more for that, and I think that these drinks packages that they're selling these days of 15 drinks is not much. People might say, "Oh, 15 drinks is stupid," but you have 2 or 3 drinks, 4 drinks in the afternoon. Cocktails are easy when you sat in the sun. Go to dinner, you have a couple of glasses of wine, and then you go see a show. And before you know it, your drinks packages, it is gone. And that's not trying to neck them back. That's not going on a boozer or anything, a bender. That is just trying to enjoy it. And you shouldn't be counting them in your head. You're on holiday. It does annoy me.
It is. So we are going towards Marella at the moment.
But, and it felt like how P&O used to feel, because the chocolates on the pillows. I know everyone goes on and think, oh, there's more to life than chocolate, but it's the little touches like
the turn down,
turn down every It was like going
staff
back
had
in
time
time
to talk to you. And
they did, yeah, really.
It was a smaller ship as well. So we haven't done some of the well, we've done what we did. We did Britannia for the group cruise.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Is that what we did last year? And Aurora as well.
We did do a mini cruise. And see, we did feel that the vibe of Marella Explorer was similar to that of Aurora. They felt very much like walking around. But then Aurora is very different to, say, Iona or Navia. They're completely different. Even though it's under the same brand, it's a different experience on those two ships.
Marella can be quite pricey. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We booked it last minute, so it was quite reasonable. But we looked at possibly Marella for Caribbean and things like that, and they are coming quite expensive at the moment.
Yeah.
But we'll look at both Marella and P&O. We do like both of them, but if I had my way, it would be Marella, I think.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Deborah said she's had a conservatory suite in Iona on deck 8 and hated it. Never again.
Yeah, it's not for a lot of people.
Ultra luxury cruises. We'd love to do one.
Yeah, we know you. Well, you say you would, but then I feel like if it's ultra luxury, there's not that many people on it, and it could lack atmosphere. I feel there is something about having a bit of atmosphere, and I'd hate to feel like I wasn't meant to be there, because there's nothing posh about me. There really is nothing posh about me.
Me.
So I'd hate to feel like. Do you know what I mean? I'd feel the pressure. It's like how I'd imagine a lot of people feel going on Cunard, or how they used to feel going on Cunard, and how we felt first going on Cunard. But it isn't like that. But I mean, a more premium cruise line, I don't know. It could be like is it Oceania and Silver Sea? I think they'd just be the nice size ships and everything. Yeah. But I don't know if the atmosphere on board is. I don't know if there'd be enough on board going on, because
Explorer journeys.
Explorer journeys, if I had to make a choice, would probably be my first go-to for that kind of market. Would be Explorer journeys, yeah. That's where I'd head. That's where I'd start, I think. But
yeah, if you
can't afford it,
if somebody wants to pay for it and give it a go and see if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Do we ever get hangovers?
Oh, we do.
Sometimes.
Oh, we do. Yes, definitely. Do you regret not doing Morales?
Yes, 100%. That's such an easy question. We wish we'd done it ages ago.
And that's just something I hope everyone takes away from it. It's very easy to read things online. You see the things coming up over and over again on Facebook groups and things, and it just makes you think, no, that cruise line's not for me. I'm not going to do it. And I wish I had done it sooner. Yeah. And it's not the first time that's happened. Virgin Voyages was one of them. I consider myself to be a very traditional cruiser. I thought it would be too much. And the documentary, or whatever you call it, on TV, that really didn't sell it to me at first. I thought this just looks sleazy and awful. But actually, on board, it was really, really nice. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was probably no different really than MSC in regards to atmosphere and stuff. You had that fun. but the food and all was good. But I wish, definitely done Marella sooner. And I would now. I know I said before I didn't like the idea of trying Ambassador, but we're going to probably give them a go now because of this experience. We're going to say no, let's try it all.
Got to try it.
Yeah. All these other little cruise lines that we put off. We're going to do it.
And I do say don't knock it till you try it.
Exactly, and you definitely should. And shouldn't read other people's reviews too much because everybody's different, and what they don't like, you might love.
Yeah. How do you cure cruise addiction? Just keep going on them. That is the only way.
Or start spending all your money on plants in the garden. What did we see today? A tree for £600.
Yeah, that's not.
And the guy was like, "That's a cruise there," and I was like, "Yeah, but a cruise only lasts a week."
Does anybody else do that?
He gets palpitations when I take him to the garden centre. You didn't even know what it was like for your heart to skip beats until you went to the garden centre.
First time tips, P&O. Go with the flow, really. Work out whether the drinks package is for you or not. It might be, it might not be.
If you drink a lot, I would say really, like you do some of the drinks package, I'd say really look into that because if you go for the deluxe drinks package over the classic drinks package, it does enable you to have the more like double gins and stuff. Whereas if you're on the classic, it's only single. So for the £10 difference, technically you're getting, if you drink a lot of gin or spirits, you're getting double the amount for only £10, if that makes sense.
We'd also say if you're looking to do anything like Beach House or Sindhu or Epicurean, book them ahead as well because they're slightly cheaper.
Keel and Cow and all is good if you're on one of those big ships. I do like that.
Somebody said Marella repositioning usually pretty cheap. Yeah, we noticed them. Booked a second time.
Has anyone done Flam before? Yes, we've got videos and everything on. Who said that? I just saw something. But has anyone booked a second time on into the fjords today for the 9th of August? This is Mandy Benton. Has anyone done? You've made it go now. Flam before? Yes. So yes, we did Flam twice last year. If you look for our Queen Anne Norwegian Fjords cruise, you'll see we went off. Gavin drove a Twizy car. We went to the viewpoint. I can't remember what the hell the viewpoint was called now. Really, we had exceptional weather that day, and the Viking Bar is fantastic. Leading on then, the Viking Bar was so good that when we did our group cruise on Britannia in September, they're also on YouTube, we all went off on the Flam Railway, which we'd highly recommend. But if you want to do it, book it as early as possible because it does book up
and do it DIY if you can.
Because if you do it independently, you will beat the queues. Because honestly, everyone in the group cruise will vouch. We all sort of did it independently, didn't we? And there was a P&O excursion, and honestly, the looks we were getting when we walked past them, and I was like, I feel awful, but it does say independent, like a sign. And the cruise lines one, and the cruise line queue was enormous, and we just went and we were straight on board. You do get priority over the excursion.
If you search Cruise Monkeys Flam on YouTube, hopefully those 2 videos should come up.
Yeah, and like I said, the Viking Bar we went to twice. It's really good. If you can try, and I think they actually changed the drinks as well because when I was there in the summer, they did. It was like a pina colada ale. That wasn't there the second time; it had gone. So they obviously do change it and mix it up. Yeah. So yes,
I think we're caught up with questions. So if you have got any more questions, make sure you pop them in the chat and start it off with a question.
Yeah.
If you're watching this live, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching it on rewatch or what you want to call it, catch up.
Yes.
If there's any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll reply to them as well.
So, do we have anything else? I know we've got something coming up now because we are halfway. We did say halfway. We've got something, big one, Michelle, to drop. But have we got anything else we need to explain?
I don't think so. I think we're all good. I think I'll let you do it.
And if you're not yet on our Facebook group, we have a Facebook group. So if you've got a question or you might have asked a question in this chat that moves and it may slip our attention or somebody doesn't see it or whatever, if you ask the same question in the Facebook group, there's loads of people over there with a wealth of knowledge and experience. And if we have an experience that they probably have, and they will help you.
Yes.
And there is a nice community group. It doesn't seem to get into anything like politics. It's not one of these Aggie Facebook groups. It's a lovely group. We're quite proud of it.
We don't do politics.
Lizzie Lou, who is in the chat as well, or was in the chat, she's a moderator for us as well. She's here too. So yes, join the Facebook group.
So what we've been talking about for the last few days is our upcoming cruise, which we've kept quiet.
Yes. So how many of you saw Gavin's obscure pictures and did you guess it? Has anyone got any ideas now? We'll give you a quick second. I'm going to sip my water. Let's see if we can populate this little chat with what's your guesses. Where do you think we're going next and on what cruise line?
Cruise line and destination. Pop them in the chat.
Can't guarantee there won't be any prizes for this. I just need to drink the drink. I've got a bit of free in my throat.
My clothes weren't that bad.
They were bloody awful, Gavin. I said to you, one of them looked like it was made out of Lego, and then somebody put somewhere it looked like Minecraft. The other one, I said, I know where I'm going, and I can't guess where the hell that is. There was one you showed me across the room as you were walking towards me. I could see it straight away. So if ever Gavin plays this game again, sometimes it may be with having a little squint and holding the picture further away. It might help you. But okay, anyone? Tom and Dom said the clues were difficult.
Yeah, I don't think there were too.
Does someone think we're going to Tenerife? Oh
no, unfortunately, we did see somebody in New York.
Simon Jones. Oh, Iceland. That was close. So I'm seeing. Okay, you've got us. It's definitely Simon Jones, wherever he's gone. Now that's whooshed away. He guessed right. I just seen in the chat, he said we were going on. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? We're going on Fred Olsen, we're going on Borealis, and we're going to the Northern Lights, which is going to be amazing. And we're going from Newcastle,
yes,
of all places. So it has made it, this is going to be a new cruise line, new ship, and all the ports. Even though we've been to Norway before, we've not been to any of these ports ever before. And I have only ever experienced maybe 1 or 2 snow showers in my whole ever life. I think I do recall the Christmas of 1995. There was a snow fight in my street, and there may have been a bit of snow about 2003 when I was in college, a heavy snow. That is all we've had here in Pembrokeshire, really. We just get a dust in, and it's horrible. So I'm going to see snow. And I've actually bought snow boots. We've got these thermal trousers. We've got these huge, chuffing great big coats, bobble hats, thermals. We've got it all. But we're most excited to try this. We are absolutely ecstatic.
So we're very fortunate. Fred Olsen invited us on board for this cruise.
Yes.
So we'll be spending 10 nights sailing from Newcastle.
Yeah. Do
you know where we're going?
I do know. No. Let me guess. I'm trying to remember now, because we've got Olsen and we've got it's Mold. But I don't know which one comes first. I want to say, is it Mold first?
Yes. So we leave Newcastle and we've got a sea day.
Yeah.
Then we're Mold.
Have we got Narvik?
Yeah, we've got sea day, crossing the Arctic Circle.
Crossing the Arctic Circle, folks. Again.
Then we're into Narvik.
Then have we got another sea day, or is it just straight into Tromsø?
Kind of a sea day.
Sea day. So we got like because we don't arrive in Tromsø till late evening. Then we've got like an overnight in Tromsø.
Yes.
And then
what we're doing in Tromsø?
We are going to go and ride on a sledge with the Huskies going to pull us through the snow. So we've booked. That's already booked.
Yes,
that's already done.
Then after Tromsø,
we've got a sea day.
Yep. And then we're up
Olsen, is it?
Yep.
And then is it sea day and then home?
And then home.
So yes, 10 glorious nights on, as you said, Borealis, which I'm most excited to try because I know Stephen Payne had a lot of involvement with that ship, and it's coming to be. And it's going to be very, very interesting. So I can't wait to get on board. Obviously, as you know, I do love Queen Marie 2 a lot. So I'm going to be, it's one of his earlier projects. So yes, I'm most excited for that. And we do like a smaller ship. And the experience, as we've said before, we do enjoy Aurora. And it's one of our favourite P&O ships. Probably is our favourite P&O ship, really. Would you say Aurora, Avia? They're different moods again. But we do love Aurora. And I'm thinking Marella was enjoyable, older, smaller ship. This one's an older, smaller ship. So I think the experience is just going to be, it's going to be nice.
We watched Ken and Lindsay's vlogs, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That came out last night or yesterday. So that's been getting us in the mood. So Ken, Lindsay, can you pop some more videos out, please?
Yes, hurry up. Now I know how everyone else feels. Yeah. Everyone's going to me, get your videos out. I'm like, I can't make them any faster. And I get really stressed when I see comments come through. But now I can understand you just want more. It's like, and the thing is, these days we're so lucky. We just binge watch everything, don't we? Is anyone else watching White Lotus? That's killing me because I just want to watch the next one. I can't. We've got to wait till, is it tomorrow or Tuesday?
Tomorrow, I think.
Before we can watch the next one. So we binge watch everything these days. And we take it for granted, don't we, people? So,
but if you've got any ideas of what to do in Mold, Narvik, or Olsen, let us know. Pop them in the comments or drop us a message or something. We haven't got anything planned for them yet. We've only just this weekend planned a dine-in, so we have booked into Colours and Tastes, which is £15 per person.
We also had, you know how we were all saying before, how the cruise lines are changing, especially like P&O, and things have gone, like we've lost things like the turn down service and the chocolates. We had some amazing thing happened this week.
Oh yeah.
We actually had some post, not an email. We had actual post, and we had this booklet delivered like we used to get off P&O and Cunard. And he has it there. Are you proud?
Yeah, practically.
We have this. I don't know if you can see the pictures. We have an actual book, and it outlines everything in here. It gives us all about the tours. We even have these. We don't have to print them off ourselves. Our luggage tags, they're all there. So yeah, it's like, wow.
It's really handy. It tells you like the estimated arrival times and departure times, so you can work around.
To actually have a proper book is just brilliant.
Yeah.
So
I'm like that.
We're really, really impressed so far. But yeah, another thing as well, if you've got any questions about Fred, or if there's anything you want us to find out, or if there's anything you're curious, this is the time to start putting the questions in, maybe on the Facebook group or in the chat or in the comments, because when we go on the ship, if we know we're getting a lot of questions about certain things, we know instinctively then when we see something to answer that question within the vlog, and then our vlogs become even more useful and they help you all out as well. Also, then when we come back from the cruise, we'll also be able to answer questions directly in a live too.
Yeah.
And maybe even while we're on the ship, we might be able to do bits and pieces.
We'd love another live down 2 weeks as well.
We're going to have one, which will be literally the day before we go, because we're going to have to spend a whole day traveling from Pembrokeshire up to Newcastle. It's going to take us a whole day. We're going to sleep up there, and then we board the ship the following day. Yes. So it's going to be most exciting.
Going back to
a little road trip.
What I was saying, on board we've booked Colours and Tastes. We've booked the Martini Experience.
Yes.
We've booked Vasco.
Yeah.
We've booked the Aquavit tasting, which is the Norwegian spirit.
Oh, okay.
And we've booked the afternoon tea as well.
I hope Aquavit isn't like Ouzo.
What's Aquavit like, people? Hopefully
it's
somebody
like
will know.
Ouzo. I won't be able to, and I won't be because I'm being funny, but I went away on holiday when I was about 16, 17, and I drank loads of Ouzo, and I thought, oh, it's lovely. It's just like, it was like aniseed, isn't it? And that was the way, once you've done that to yourself, that once, when you're so ill, you can't ever drink it again. And that I still to this day struggle to drink Ouzo.
But no, it's a cruise we're really looking forward to. Anyway, we're really thankful for Fred for inviting us.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a normal vlog style things on board.
Yeah.
So we'll be sharing stuff on Facebook and Instagram. And then when we come back, we'll have vlogs.
Yeah.
And it'll just be.
It might take like
bringing you along with us.
It's a shame. I do put a lot of effort into the vlogs, and it's a shame it takes me as long to make them. But I think this time with the Marella one, I sort of pretty much got on top of things. I had a plan from the word go, and I'm hoping I can pull the same trick off with Fred and get things out sooner. It might mean that I might wait 2 or 3 weeks at the start, but I personally feel that when if I'm now we're 2 weeks ahead of what's released, it's so much easier for me because I can focus on that, and I've got a constant stream of stuff. And if there's a hiccup, because we've had that before, and I hate it if there's a hiccup and you've got a week without a video, or you end up having the cold or something, and I can't do a voiceover or something. It's just nice to have a bit of.
It does get confusing for me though, because I'm trying to work out
which
vlog we're on now, right?
Because you're going to have to voice over the next.
Yeah. Right. So I'll just go back because we've been chatting for the last quarter of an hour or so. So I'll see if there's any questions that come in. Let's go through these. But we're very excited.
Someone's asked if we do a Marella cruise. The amper question. Sean Burgess has said, "Would you both do Marella cruise again?" Yes, we definitely do it again. I don't know which should we try next. I think I'd love to try Explorer 2 or Voyager next. Definitely Voyager, I think, because that's the newest ship they've got in the fleet. So I'd like to give that a go.
I did see somebody asking if we were going on Independence of the Seas.
Someone hasn't put question, but I just seen you scroll past someone saying they're going on. Is it Avia or was it Iona just this weekend? Where's it gone? It was there a minute ago. It said, "Oh, there, look. First time Avia, P&O on Friday. Best restaurant to try. I'd say Keel and Cow.
Yeah,
and Beach House is definitely up there. Definitely. Beach House is very reasonably priced as well. I really enjoy Beach House. It's so informal and relaxed too. And they do have on the menu these slightly elevated dishes. I think lava rock steaks and things, don't they? They're worth doing. And we've even been to the Beach House like twice on one cruise before.
Yeah, it's really good. Really like
so much because you can mix the food up a bit more there.
One of the patrons are from Texas as well. Hello. Let's have a look. I'm just going through these.
She's put the link to the Facebook group. So if you're looking for it, save you typing it in. It's in the comments.
A few people popped in.
This was the guest. Some people, Gil and Sandra are very close because they put Northern Lights. but it was on Princess.
So when we're up there, there's P&O Aurora and Ambassador is also up there. So when we were giving away the clues, there were kind of 3 which you could have gone with. We have said when we're going in 2 weeks, someone.
Yes, in 2 weeks' time. It's the 25th of March sailing. Is the one we're on.
There we go. Any plans? No plans at the moment for Indy.
Not yet, but never say never. We really enjoyed Royal Caribbean, but unfortunately, and I don't think we're the only people to feel this. I don't know what it is with Royal Caribbean lately. Their prices are ridiculously expensive. It is just too much. And I will give them that their drinks package are quite unrestrictive and they don't count your drinks, which is a win for me. I do like that, but they're really expensive. In fact, the drinks package being as expensive as they are actually put us on, we cancelled Icon of the Seas, Maiden. We were on the Maiden cruise, but we just sat down, we were adding it all up, and we just thought, we can't do this. And then we booked bloody Sun Princess. We thought, we'll do that, and then that got cancelled. Then we ended up on Azura, and now,
But there are some shorter Indy cruises that we might look at. Just at the moment, we can't commit to anything in the summer.
I think for budgeting and just to be able to afford it, we might just go on a shorter cruise, and then we might do like certain bits and bobs restaurants on that cruise, and then we might have to go back like the end of the season. But then that might not be a bad thing, will it? Because I don't want to do my hat here. It might not be a bad thing because we can say then, like we did before on Virtuosa, you can say like, if the experience changes throughout the season, you'll know, what have I done?
What have you done to your hands? Playing around too much.
Yeah, I did.
Somebody saying a lot of Aurora, and yes, hopefully we'll be lucky. Hopefully we'll get some clear weather on ours, and we'll get to see it.
Has anyone been there recently? Can anyone vouch? Is there snow there right now? I mean, I have looked on webcams and there was snow on the ground.
You got snow boots now. We got big
snow. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I've bought all that. They'll have a heat wave. Yeah, and
Oh, somebody said they were there in February and there was no snow.
Really?
Fingers crossed it has snow now.
I hope so. But then they say, this is something we didn't realize because we've been watching like documentaries and people, and they were saying that their winter is something funny, like it goes until end of March, April, isn't it? But then it goes into spring. But their winter doesn't start until February.
Now it's supposed to be the snowy time.
Now it's their snowy time, which is a bit weird because like here at home for us, I feel like we're thawing out here. They're slightly, but then they are feeling also slightly.
Somebody saying that they had all the gear for their Norway trip and ended up sunbathing.
That will be my luck.
Yeah, that'll be our luck.
That will be my luck. And I want to see snow. Do you know what, we did have snow once. When I say snow, it was a dusting of snow. We were going to Hamburg on Queen Elizabeth years ago, and we had just enough snow to roll it into a ball, almost like for a snowball size, and do another one. And we made the world's smallest snowman and put it on top of the thing. I did actually take a picture of it. It just looked like a blob. Didn't look very cute. Should have gone to the buffet.
You weren't happy though, because remember we went into Hamburg and we weren't prepared for the weather, and you got off the bus in your trainers, stood in
the first
icy
thing I did
water.
Was stood in a puddle of ice cold water, and my feet were wet and they were cold and it was icy. And I'm excited for snow, but I can't stand ice. I can't stand it when I'm walking around here and it's done that frozen rain thing. And you know when you're holding onto the wall because you've got those slopes for the drives. I hate it if I've got to, and the dog's always pulling. I'm like, I'm going to break something. I can't stand it. So it was one of those situations in Hamburg where I felt like I couldn't walk. My feet were cold, and I thought if I break my legs now, I'm not going to go back on the cruise ship. That'll be it.
So talking of icy water, Gil and Sandra's pointed out the ceremony that Fred Olsen do.
I might have a get out clause for that one because they say, isn't it, only if it's your first time crossing the Arctic Circle? But I've already done it because we did it on Arcadia in July 2019
when we did
Iceland. So very briefly, we went up the top. We entered the Arctic Circle and just dropped back down.
Only for a couple of hours.
I think it was Akureyri. I think I want to say.
Yeah. It was.
And that's where we actually,
But I think you should do it anyway.
I might do it.
Yeah.
I might do it. As long as it doesn't involve me going in a pool full of ice. It's just ice on your back, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Why one of us will end up doing it.
I was going to say, why am I the one getting nominated for all this crazy? You can do it.
Has to be done, doesn't it? Jerry asking, what cabin type do we have on Fred?
We have been very, very spoilt. We have got a junior mini suite, junior
balcony suite,
junior balcony suite,
balcony junior suite, balcony junior suite.
So it's not like a suite. but it's not a normal conventional balcony. No. It's like I suppose if I were to compare it in my head to the only thing I've ever experienced, would it be like the mini suite on Princess? Kind of.
Probably yes.
Yes, I think so. So some sort of, well, it's a junior suite.
I was just looking now to see if I could find info on it. I did look earlier, and the cruise is still selling. It's not full capacity yet. I think insides are currently on for about £1,099,
which is really quite good. That's really good. And the thing is, I know it's one of those things. A lot of people can say, "Oh, I wouldn't go inside and stuff." But what you've got to realize is, if you're doing like a transatlantic and it's middle of winter, or if you're doing something like this, or going like on a Hamburg trip for 4 nights and it's rainy and it's wet and it's cold, and you're not going to use your balcony, you're better off having the inside. You will save a fortune, and you're not going to really miss out. Another thing we came to realize earlier on, this is a bit of advice now, is we have just started going down the route of booking ocean views and using the difference in money from that to a balcony to book something like the retreat or the sanctuary and stuff like that. And we put it towards, like, say I was on Iona now, if I were to book an ocean view and then I were to book the retreat for a week's pass, that might work out cheaper than buying a balcony. And if I'm honest, when you're sailing with somewhere like the fjords, if you've got the retreat, you have views around you. Whereas when you've got a balcony, you're on either one side or the other side of the ship. I mean, we have had an ass-facing balcony, which was exceptionally fantastic, but it's very rare you get them.
Balcony, if we could go balcony, you'd go balcony all the time.
Which is probably why now I would say Princess have done this thing where they're actually stopping people booking the sanctuaries area, and now they've made it a grade of cabin, because they probably realize people like me are doing that. We're booking insides and ocean views, and we're booking the retreats and the sanctuaries, whatever you want to call them. So we're getting that deck space, which is actually better than the balcony.
But to be honest, we wouldn't have minded an inside on that one, because time of year, the thing you're going to miss out is Northern Lights. If it goes off, you're going to have to get dressed and run outside.
Yeah.
Which if you had a balcony, you don't need to.
Yeah.
But we've always said, if you go to Norway and it's between going to Norway in an inside or not going in inside, because when you're sailing through the fjords, going up on deck where you've got the 360 view right around you is amazing.
And I know I repeat myself quite a lot, but look at the deck plans. And if you have the option of picking your cabin, and you can pick an inside, we've picked some cabins before now. They've been interior cabins. I remember, I recall quite vividly, it was Oceania. We had this interior cabin, and honestly, I kid you not, Aurora was another one last year. You open the door, you turn left or right, and the door to the back of the ship is there. And these older ships tend to have these terrace kind of decks. That's an enormous balcony, is it not? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not private, it's not exclusive for you. But if you just want to nip in and out and see the scenery, or like when you were getting ready, I could nip outside, get some fresh air, or even go to the bar, get a drink and just chill out outside. It was great. So yes, I would say look at the deck plans.
Yes. We digressed from that one little bit.
Sorry, but we were talking about cabins though, and sometimes you don't realise how much you know until somebody asks you a question.
Mike and Joey from New York. So we are hoping to be on Princess this year. We will be on Princess this year.
We will be on Princess this year. That is happening.
Stay tuned for that one. It's we've got future cruise credit which needed to be used this year
from the Sun Princess fiasco last year.
Sabatini's or Crown Grill? Crown Grill. That was the easy one.
Although we do hear things that other people you will ask to say the opposite, but we really love Crown Grill.
Okay, I've seen there's Pete on the move saying about Narvik. One horse.
The one we've seen was grey, a bit sober, and there's Polar Park, quite near to Narvik, which wolves and bears. Okay, that's quite interesting.
A little research. That's what we'll probably be doing over the next week, is researching the ports.
While I finish off doing the Morella's vlogs.
Okay, so somebody's going on this cruise in November.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. So hopefully follow along. We'll give you some inspiration.
See, I've got to work out how to video the Northern Lights, and if I'm going to be able to video the Northern Lights, or if I'm going to have to put my camera on like a tripod and just take lots of long exposure photos and sort of make them into my own time lapse to speed it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but they do talks on the ship. Yeah. So I'm hoping that'll be explained.
We got 3 guest speakers on the ship.
I've also heard you can do things where you take photos, but you put your phone on screen. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Lizzie Lou says in Olsen, take a walk up to somewhere, or take the Norway train. We like the Norway train.
Somebody else has just said here, I've just seen in Narvik, the Arctic train is fab.
Okay, I've seen that. And that is fully booked with
Oh,
Fred.
that's off Lizzie as well. Oh, is it fully booked?
Yeah. That's fully
Where's
booked.
the cable car? I've seen one of them's got like a cable car skylifty thing. I saw somebody did that. The thing is, you watch all these things on YouTube and they all start to merge, and unless you write them down, it just becomes a mush. And then you go on the cruise, you think you're doing one thing in one port, and you're not. You're doing something in something else. It's all over the shop.
Good evening, Phil. Glad you can make it.
Yes, hello.
If you have got any questions, we're still we're not at the bottom of the questions yet. But if you have got any,
Richard Sykes, is it Sykes? I can't see because you hide. Yeah, Sykes has just said, "Are Fred Olsen covering the cost of your drinks as well?" They are actually.
Yeah,
that's probably what they've probably got a little drink on a string, and they're like this fish, and this is how he came. We followed the bottle, dragging down the string. It was like one of those big bottles.
So yeah, we will have the drinks package included. But any of the experiences we're paying for ourselves, travel there and things like that, we're paying for ourselves as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, we need to know. We would have bought the drinks package anyway.
Yeah.
That would have been a given. But we're just extremely grateful that we've been given that. But we will go through it because we know from watching Ken and talking to Ken and Lindsay that they've got some very peculiar restrictions on their drinks package. So we're going to have to work this all out, and you're all going to have to find out in due course.
Question comes up every now and then. When we're not on a cruise, what do you do for work? I work for local government, and this is your work.
It is my work now. And believe you me, I would say I put more hours now into this than I did my actual job when I did it before. And unfortunately, it doesn't pay as much, but I enjoy it, and that's the main thing. And it's a lot more freeing, and I get to spend time at home with my family and my dog. I'm happy.
Another question here for you, Luke. Try and keep this one brief now, okay?
Oh, Queen Mary. We are on Queen Mary 2 next year. What makes it so special? Well, for a start, she's the last operating ocean liner that's actually sailing in existence now. She's going, she's good. She's just magnificent. It's just the nostalgia, the history. The ship is just so majestic. She feels solid.
She's quirky.
She's very quirky. You will find things like half decks and slopey decks for that work around the sheer of the ship, because you don't see that on these modern day cruise ships. They're all nice and straight and they're all boxy and everything. But Queen Mary 2 has a quirk. You will find yourself walking up slopes. You will find yourselves going down wonky corridors, but it's fantastic. Queen Mary 2.
It's just a completely different cruising experience.
If you're going on Queen Mary 2, I recommend you watch all these old. I used to watch all these old documentaries about ocean liners and stuff. You watch that before you go on the ship, and you will feel super nostalgic. You'll feel like it's a part of history. It is just. She's a lovely ship.
And it's interesting to hear the story of her as well, isn't it? Let's have a look.
Someone asked if we'd be on the Ballet in 2 weeks. Unfortunately not. We're on Borealis. Emma Cruises is in the house. Hello, Emma.
Good evening, Emma. Tips in an inside cabin. Tried once before, I own it, but upgraded.
Ooh. Inside. What we say a tip for being inside is, well, put the TV on.
Yes.
Leave it on overnight if the telly will. The newer ships do have a sleep mode, but we tend to leave the screen on. Reason being, if you can leave it on overnight on like the webcam, as the day unfolds and it gets lighter, so does the screen, so does your room, and you wake up naturally. Otherwise, it's pitch black. If you're a light sleeper, an interior cabin will be amazing. You will love it. On the other hand, I'm not too fun. I like a light on of some description at night. I'm funny like that. Any tips as such? It's just
plenty of water. Make sure you've always got plenty of water.
Yeah.
Because you're inside, you've got no fresh air, so the aircon's usually quite.
And if you're prone to seasickness, make sure you've got seasickness pills. Because I do tend, maybe this is me personally, but when I'm in an interior cabin, I can't see the ocean and the ship is moving, I feel like it amplifies the seasickness because you've got nothing to ground your brain. So you kind of feel like, when you're lightheaded or you're drunk or you're hungover and you're all, because you can't see anything else moving to line your head up with it, you just feel like it's you. So that's the only thing. But we found they're really good budget, and like I said before, maybe if you go for an inside, use the difference in cash to book something nice like the Sanctuary or the Retreat or a nice open deck space, or get spa pass for the week, elevate your experience.
We are slightly running over, so we won't be too long. We've got a couple of questions I've just seen, so we'll fire through these quickly. If there's any questions we haven't managed to answer, drop us a message on Facebook or join our Facebook group. and post a question in there.
Yeah.
Or just pop it in the comments after this video is complete and we'll reply there as well. So this is Disney. We would consider Disney, but their prices are just so expensive.
All I can do is consider Disney. I can't afford them. That's the thing. And we have had, like my sister and stuff would love to go on Disney.
Yeah.
We've thought about doing things like that as a family. It would be fantastic, but we just can't afford it. And for what I can get on Disney, I could go 2 cruises in another cruise line, can I?
Somebody said they booked a fjord today. It was £1,000 more than so inside. Yeah, that's fine. You've saved that money. You still see the fjords up on deck.
Exactly. Like I said,
go 360-degree view.
Yeah, go and get yourself a sanctuary, or what you call a retreat pass. You get the whole area. You get your own private hot tub. You get your allocated sunbed. Everything.
Somebody else can yeah, we've had a lovely day today. This weekend has been very nice.
It's been very spring-like here today.
Somebody's watching Crufts as well as us.
So what? Crufts?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Henny will be happy.
Don't put one bark in. Have you heard any news on the earthquake situation in Santorini? We're the end of April on Discovery 2 and a bit worried. No, we haven't heard any more. I know that Susan Calman's, they actually aired here. They haven't aired Susan Calman's Cruising with Susan.
Just, they'll keep you up to date. They will let you know what's going on. And obviously, if it's not safe to dock there, they will usually move it to a different port. Yeah. So yeah, just keep an eye on your.
It's just really unfortunate, but these things happen, and there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, if you've got insurance, depending on your level of cover and who you're insured with, if it doesn't happen, you'll obviously get cancellation cover.
Yeah,
sometimes depending on what policy you've got. But
Emma says try the custard creams in the buffet.
Okay.
Are they like custard creams, as in the biscuits with the cream in the middle, or are they like the custard creams that you call custard?
You mean
slices?
Slices of custard cream. Custard cream's a biscuit, Gav. Okay. I know the difference. I don't call them a custard. I don't call them a custard cream.
No, you know what I mean. Are they? Which one am I? Yeah.
Okay.
The biscuit's a biscuit, surely.
Okay. Someone's asked the trips in Borealis, so I think we answered that one pretty much. I mean, we said we've got the dog sledging, and that's as far as we've got so far.
So that's the next task over the next week is to get that sorted.
Aurora looks like Aurora is a nice ship. Someone's out said Aurora had fabulous. I think a lot of fun.
I'm just looking for questions. I can't see any. I don't think we're all caught up.
Yeah, yes. Amazon about custard, like a custard cream, like a biscuit.
Okay,
yeah,
like biscuits.
Like biscuits, the little white things. They look like you're the one you're thinking. I'm thinking of like the creamy coloured version of a bourbon biscuit.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What a way to end the life.
And we've been on keto for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I've lost over a stone. Yeah. And now everyone's talking about biscuits, and I'm about to break because we've had
no bread, no pastry, no sugar.
I went to Tesco's the other day. Just one quick little story. And I went to Tesco's, and I was so distracted by the fact all the Easter eggs were out, and I really want Easter egg. And what happened was I was scanning the stuff on the shopping, and I thought I scanned some steak, and I didn't scan it, and I shoved it in the bag. And I went to the self-service checkout, and everything was fine. Gavin paid for the shopping, and we were leaving. And beep, 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 beep. And I was like, "Oh, they just need to rub the steak on the thing." And Gavin was away with the woman, and they'd come back. And she said to me, "You only scanned one of your steaks." And I said, "No, I scanned them back." She said, "No, it's on the receipt." She showed me the receipt and everything. And then after I got things, I was all panicky. I went back to Tesco's the following day or 2 days later. And Gavin gave me some of this, whatever it was, some sausage. And I was looking at the carbs, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And he chucked them at me, and I thought he'd scanned them, but he hadn't. And it was me shoving them in the bag. And I went, "I haven't even scanned that, and you're shoving them in the bag again." So I have to be very careful in Tesco's.
Yes, I don't take no chopping.
So now I'm not allowed the stupid robot scanner gun thing. I'm not allowed it.
I see one question come in. Upgrade. It's quite a long one. Let's have a quick look. Since 10 million.
We've already paid for drinks. Recommend paid last year was.
It's a difficult one.
Yeah, I'd say the only way you can look at it is when you book your cruise. If this is something you're going to look into, is screenshot all the prices of all the other rooms when you book your cruise. So say your inside was £500, the balcony was £750 for argument's sake. Screenshot that. Then when you go away and you get this thing, bid for an upgrade. If you see they're saying you can go in with a bid for £600, yes, keep going. But keep an eye on the price, because if they say, oh, the bid's £900, well, you'd have been better off booking that in the first place, and why you bid, and you will probably win at that point. But I'd say, if you can, when you book, screenshot it. We've thought about that a few times. We've actually done it a few times now, just to work out, because you do forget, and this is something if you're new to cruise, you might not realize this, but when you see a price drop with a cruise, don't think you can just phone up and say, oh, can I pay the extra £150? Because unfortunately you won't. What you paid at that time is locked in, and those prices for all grades of cabin are locked in. You will only be able to pay for the price of the balcony at that time. However, sometimes you can cancel the cruise, given when it is, you cancel it. You will lose the deposit, but if you factor in the loss of the deposit, if the price is different, it's bigger, you can still save money. We have done that before too, and don't feel guilty about doing that. It does happen. People do it. But yes, screenshot them at time of booking.
So on that, I'm not sure if we managed to answer that question properly or not, but I can see our battery's about to die as well.
Oh no.
Yes. So yeah, if we didn't answer that, pop it in our Facebook group and we'll make sure we do. But before we go, just say thank you very much for joining us. Sorry about the sound issues at the start.
Yeah, even though we actually had it all up and running today.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time, which will be the day before we depart for our Fred Northern Lights cruise.
Hopefully we shan't be ironing at the time we're doing it, because we do have a tendency to be packing right up until the last minute. If we go to bed the day before we say, like, we go off.
Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Cruise Monkeys UK, Instagram, Cruise Monkeys UK,
YouTube, obviously.
YouTube. Join our Facebook group. And if you want to get early previews and without the ads of our Marella videos, if you join our Patreon from £3 a month, you can get early access to all our videos.
And all patrons, you will hopefully be having episode 5 tomorrow. Hopefully, it's exported. I don't have to watch it on the TV, finalize it, and just see if it's okay. And if it is, it'll be going up on the laptop. It'll be uploading tonight, hopefully. Well, it will be, because I won't go to sleep unless it's uploaded tonight. So it's a cup of tea time.
Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Take care, everybody.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.